Okay, one of the big things we love to debate is, are barn quilt trails a tourist attraction? Well, maybe not, but they are a wonderful asset that brings our rural landscape and communities to life. They tell stories, and I think if you put enough creativity into it, they do become a destination. People do want to search out and follow the barn quilt trails. So then we need to reach out to our tourist destination offices and get them to help us create maps and how to add value to the barn quilt trail, add geocaches to them, find some money to print maps, or at least create some really good Google Maps that print out well. What else?
Well, if you're creating a trail, that you should have a business involved with a barn quilt on their business. And the business needs to be open at least, 5, 6, 7 days a week, so that Joe tourists can stop at their business and get a map that has a story and addresses of your barn quilts.
And we need our destination businesses to put up barn quilt trails and figure out creative ways to use the barn quilts as lures to their cluster of businesses and as part of their promotional material. Because once the community, go to all the effort of installing these wonderful trails, then we need the business community and the agricultural community who are trying to lure businesses or customers to their business to leverage those trails and make sure that your business is all up to date on Google Plus and that customers can find you online as well as out on the roads. We need to get our communities and our rural businesses on the map, and barn quilts are a really neat way to assist with that process. But we all have to step up and get creative and find ways to do that.
Yeah.
We've got into it simply because we thought it was such a great idea to build some traffic. And so we picked a barn quilt called Welcome with Open Arms, so very appropriate for a lavender farm. It has worked tremendously well for us because it has brought curiosity and it brings in conversation. And I think the fact that we were actually the first ones in Elton County to introduce this, and it suggested that it should be used on a broader scale, and that not just because of us, a lot of other people worked on it, led to initiatives that took it to 5 counties and actually created trails. I think these trails are great. I think there's a huge upside in supporting both the arts, so having local artists make or paint the barn quilts, but also for people outside to discover, and I think that's the whole idea of it, that you discover the areas. So you go on a drive and you see points of interest, whether that's a business like ours. We also happen to have over 100-year-old homestead and in a beautiful location with Carolinian forest. But there are many other places where people can go and enjoy it.